It's time for The 259 Show, a weekly podcast that can be found on our website at www.the259show.com or on Facebook and Twitter at The 259 Show. Today's hosts are Joe Peachy, Mike Vincelli, Tyler Diedrich, and Andy Fowler. Here's your host, Andy Fowler.
Hello, Hilton and John Strauss, the two listeners right now, Hilton and John Strauss. Andy Fowler here live. Tyler Diedrich, Mike Vincelli.
Good morning.
Joe Peachy. In studio, Joe Peachy.
We have several people making a comeback today.
Mike Vincelli.
Joe P is in town.
Forgot my mic.
Tyler D's back in town
And Drew Fowler.
from his Californication.
Dream of California vacation.
Spare with me for a couple minutes, guys.
Yeah, so we are live this morning for the second time in program history. It is Saturday,
Hopefully it'll be
April
better than the first
8th, 2017.
Well, for one, Mike, I'm not hungover, so this is
And
this is
hopefully
helpful.
no cornbread raking.
We are the 4 and 8 guys. We are all back together. We just had a terrific meal at Hilton Family Restaurant.
It was great. It's just a diner, but it's
more than a diner.
they've got good food.
It's a lifestyle.
Like the muffin I had this morning was delicious. It was really good.
I had the same muffin.
Yeah, how
It's
good
like
was that muffin?
it's like our home
It
restaurant.
really is.
It's our home
It's
base of
very-
restaurants.
yeah,
It feels like home when you're
sure
there.
does.
What muffins did you guys get?
I had the grilled banana nut muffin. I should have gotten what you guys did though. The cinnamon.
Can't go wrong with the cinnamon
Was
chip.
it apple cinnamon
Nope,
or was it just
Just
cinnamon?
regular
Okay.
cinnamon blast.
I should have got that, but the banana nut was pretty good too.
Banana nuts always a good choice as well. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
Did we all get breakfast sandwiches too?
I got oatmeal because I was feeling a light breakfast. I got to play basketball later this morning.
Oh,
Is that what you got going on? You playing is it the
Yes.
Grace and Truth League?
Yes.
Yeah.
cool. Joe, what brings you in town?
Just coming home to visit, man. We have a break from school. We have the next week and a half off.
And where do you teach again? Joe?
I teach in the wonderful city of New York. No, it's great to be home, man. Like I took the train in last night. Train is great because it's so comfortable. You sleep on it. Grab a couple barley pops.
Did you have train mates? Somebody sit next to you? Or
Yeah,
did
it was
you
a
have
packed train.
Really?
Yeah. My guy was fine. We didn't. You know, sometimes it's nice to make conversation, but we just sat in silence and did our own thing. So
The last 2 times I've gone, I've had my own road to myself. It's been
yeah,
great.
oh, that's the best. But actually, the kid sitting next to me, it was interesting. He was playing like Xbox games on his computer. Like he had like Call of Duty on his computer, and so I was
You
watching
should
the whole
ask to
time.
play.
I almost wanted to. I was like, hey man,
got Madden?
you want to do a little 2-player action? But
Team deathmatch.
yeah, it was a good train ride, really easy.
So if you're wondering why you haven't heard much from our good friend Andrew Fowler thus far in the broadcast in the first 2 minutes, that's because he's trying to set up the stream.
And we are now live.
We're
Hey!
officially live.
We're officially live, but it takes a couple minutes for the interweb to catch up to how fast my fingers type.
Now, does the period of our broadcast before we were actually live, does that live somewhere?
It does.
Okay.
The pre-show will be in the archive. So let's start officially now. It's the 20th episode of the 259 Show. Thank you for joining us. Saturday mornings on the 259show.com, Facebook and Twitter at the handle the 259 Show. And you can hear this episode again tonight and tomorrow morning on villageradio.net. Joe Peachy, you subscribe to us via the Apple iTunes podcast store, right?
I do.
And I subscribe to us since I'm smarter and don't have an iPhone. I subscribe on Podcast Addict. Or Spreaker. You could go to Spreaker too. My phone gives me notifications when we do go live. So if you get the Spreaker app, Tyler Diedrich, you will be
What is an
notified.
app?
I think you get it too on Facebook, don't you?
My phone don't
Or is
get
that just
those.
Facebook Live if we do Facebook Live?
I think that's only Facebook.
Which one of these is my talking machine?
So you can reach out to us today through the post on Facebook if you want to reach out to us during the show.
We will respond.
Or you can text us because chances are if you're listening, you know one of our cell phone numbers.
You are related to one of us.
So you can do that as well. Big program. Hey, congratulations, guys. We are 20 episodes old right now.
Well, 19.1.
19.1,
Yeah, we
Tyler?
gotta finish the final 0.9 of this show.
Well, 20 episodes deep. We have recorded our 2000th play. So we're getting there. We've established
Making moves.
some sort of. Tyler actually listens to us out of those 2,000 times. 1,500.
Have we reached our 2,000th minute of airtime yet?
I don't think
We
so.
should calculate that.
How many minutes we've been on air?
And
It'll be
that
like a Michael
That
Scott.
includes the extras as well.
Oh yeah, because every episode's about an hour long.
A little bit longer than that.
5 hours.
I think we've had 2 episodes of our 19 previous under an hour.
We're at about 11:40
Okay, so
with just the episodes.
just the episode time.
Drew and I, we haven't missed a show yet. Us two.
Yeah, I think I'll never miss a show.
Yeah.
Iron Mike over here.
Yeah. Iron Mike and Iron Drew.
Well, Iron Tyler wasn't invited last week, so
You didn't return a single
on
call
hold.
last week. We've tried to reach out to you. Yeah, that's very factual.
There was
Connection
nothing-
was bad in the California mountains.
we usually have a Facebook message, and I had no messages like all week.
That's because we winged the show.
We won it last week.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it
nice.
And
live.
we're doing this one live.
I had stated my intentions to still be a part of the show, but I was unwelcome last week. I'm back now.
You could all relax.
I know you.
I'm glad you're not butthurt over the whole thing, Tyler.
Whoa, are we allowed to say? Whoa, man.
I think if you fall down, you land on your butt. You could be
Not
butthurt
say
that way.
butt on the podcast.
Hey, you know what? It's been a big week, guys.
We prefer Heine on the
You know what?
259
I
show.
listened to the show and I went down and I responded to every rhetorical question that you asked about me last week. We don't have to get into it though. I'll talk about other stuff. I'll spare you all the details.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Because we've got a lot of other. We got a loaded show today. Really, if you look at the rundown.
You know where I want to start? Just maybe like 10 seconds of glory about my Tar Heels being the national champions. I'm a winner, guys.
Hey!
Hey!
Again.
3 times since I've started watching them.
There you go. Congrats.
You know, one thing that did bother me from last week's program was when you said that in order to be a fan of a team, you have to either like their coach or have some sort of other connection to the school,
When it comes to college sports, yes.
which would therefore disqualify me from being a Notre Dame football fan because I don't like the coach and I have no sort of alumni connection to the school.
Yeah, but your connection is like breaded in like the family. Like your family.
You've loved Notre
Right.
Dame since you were a baby.
I had no
think
choice.
That was just kind of like thrust upon you.
Yeah.
So, but we do have a large program ahead now that we've gotten the Carolina Fight song out of the way. Tyler,
Yes.
give us the 30-second Spark Note version of California.
Scenery, good. Traffic, terrible. Food, decent. Lots of stuff to do. Didn't get to do all of it because there's so much dadgum traffic. Let's see here. So, Friday night, this is 2 weeks ago now, flew into LAX. Saturday, I went to the Clippers game. My wife, Amanda, was sick, so I rented... We had checked into our Airbnb yet. So I rented a half-day hotel room, which is you get the hotel room starting at 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. so that she could stay there and rest during the day while I went to the Clippers game.
You went to the Clippers game by yourself.
Yes.
Was there a lot of sketchy things going on in this hotel? 'Cause I thought
No.
Okay.
No, it was actually... I mean, it was an older hotel, but it was...
It wasn't like the hotel
It
we
was a good
stayed
shape.
in.
Toledo.
Was it Goshen or Toledo?
No, Toledo was the creepy hotel.
It was old, but it was...
Was it clean?
It wasn't bad. I mean, it looked like it had...
All right.
It had been
Okay,
to it since 1986.
Sorry,
but-
we'll
all things
digress.
considered, it did what it had to do. Sunday, wife still sick. Went to the NASCAR race by myself. Monday, we finally got to go around and enjoy the things in Long Beach. That's where we stayed for the first few nights. Aquarium, Queen Mary, which is an old World War II era
Ship.
Yeah.
an old wooden.
More of a luxury ship than a battleship. But anyway, Tuesday went down towards San Diego. Wednesday went to the San Diego Zoo. Got some food in downtown San Diego. A nice Mexican place downtown. I ordered something called waffles and carnitas.
Waffles and carnitas.
Or pancakes and carnitas, I should say.
Good.
3 pancakes with a whole platter of pork on top and some delicious syrup. And
Sounds good.
that was some good stuff.
San Diego Zoo's supposed to be
It was
top
great.
notch, right?
Oh, yeah.
One of the best in
San,
the country.
San Diego. What was the weather like?
Took
Pretty
us
nice?
3.5 hours to walk through the whole thing.
Oh wow.
And after a while, we just just kept walking and stopped.
Was it busy?
Stopping.
Yeah, I
it's
imagine
al-
that's
sure
always
it's-
busy.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, you can move around. you know.
Yeah. Would you like better, L.A. area or San Diego?
I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do in the LA area because there's
Yeah.
so much traffic. Like I said, I mean,
Sure.
they both have their benefits. San Diego is
How far was Long Beach from downtown L.A.?
it's hard to tell because there's so much traffic. It's only like it's not really that far away in terms of mileage. But
Yeah,
it takes
but-
you a while. I really don't even know.
You know what I'm curious about, Tyler? What do you do to entertain yourself on a 6.5-hour flight?
Well, I flew JetBlue, so there were TVs
Oh, nice.
and also free
Very nice,
Wi-Fi.
nice.
Oh,
So.
okay. Oh,
it
you
was
got
a
you got the.
I
you
can't
got
say
the
enough about
tablet,
how great
yeah.
a deal the flight was. That's the reason we went on this trip was
Yeah.
because you get a round trip flight, direct flight from Buffalo to LAX,
Uh-huh.
and it's like roughly $270 a
Yeah,
person
under
round
300.
trip.
I really like
And you
JetBlue.
get
They
TV.
they get good service.
Yes.
The TVs are clutch.
Yes,
Yeah, JetBlue's nice.
Any celebrity sightings?
I mean I saw all the NASCAR drivers at the race.
No one at the
I saw
airport?
I saw the
or-
Clippers and Jazz player. I mean, no, maybe I did and just didn't know it. But no,
okay.
nothing too memorable. So yeah, San Diego Zoo. I went around all the different stadiums I could visit. The Rose Bowl, the Coliseum.
Oh, you did go to those.
Yeah,
How are those campuses? Did you check out the campuses at all? or
not too
just...
much.
Now, are the stadiums on campus, like something like Notre Dame, or are they removed?
The LA Coliseum is right off campus at USC, but it's right there for the most part.
And you went to UCLA? you
I did
said?
not go to UCLA,
Oh,
but I
okay.
did go to the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Also, Dodger Stadium. Now that is a neat place that I would like to check. That place
Yeah,
looks like it hasn't
that's a
changed
ballpark
in
I wanna-
50 years.
Yeah.
But it's still really, they keep it up really well. It's clean. Like the team shop was open, and then they let you walk out into the upper level concourse.
Were you there for the finals of the World Baseball Classic?
No, I was right after that.
Oh, okay.
I would really like to go back to Dodger Stadium. It's in
That's a
Chavez
ballpark
Ravine.
I want to check out,
So
too.
you have to. It's like in its own. Like you can't see it from anywhere else because
Mm-hmm.
it's in like a hole that's up at the top of a mountain, basically.
Yeah.
Great view of the LA skyline if you're out in the parking lot at Dodger
Yeah.
Stadium. Actually,
It's a ballpark I want to check
yes.
out.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I won't bore you with all the details, but I did go to Chick-fil-A 3 times.
They have Chick-fil-A out in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, In-N-Out. Did you do
I
it?
did In-N-Out. It was pretty good.
Yeah?
Only made it there once, unfortunately, but,
Yeah.
it's good
Go
stuff.
animal style?
No, I just got a regular cheeseburger, and then I got a grilled cheese also,
Oh.
and then milkshake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good fast food.
Now the pressing question is: are you going to go back?
Yeah, not right away. I think it'll be a while before we go back because baby's coming soon, and it's going to be hard.
Where would you go back
it's
to?
Hard, it's hard to drag your whole family out there, probably. So
Same.
if we do go on a vacation
Disneyland?
in the next decade or so, it's probably going to be down south, which is where we usually go anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
A couple other things I want to mention. We stayed in Carlsbad, California. It's an affluent resort town north of San Diego. Not that I'm affluent, but that's where we stayed. They have a diagonal crosswalk, so if you're at a busy intersection, you know how you usually have to cross one street and then wait a while, then cross the other one? You could go right diagonal
Yeah.
across. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're out there.
I thought it was great.
So you could cross the street like how we do here in Hilton. Just
Just do it.
Just
wait.
Jaywalking. Organized jaywalk.
I thought I heard that they had tough jaywalking rules out in California. Or maybe I'm thinking of Washington State. I don't know.
I don't know.
But, yeah.
Maybe.
Good stuff. I would go back. It's just I'm in no hurry either because I didn't get to go see Hollywood and all that showbiz, which I would like to have done.
it's surprising you would like to see that kind of stuff.
I
I think you
just
more
do
or
it,
less
just do it
wanna
one
see
time.
it.
Yeah, if you're there, you
Yeah.
gotta see it once.
he kind of works in the industry too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's in the
he's
entertainment
business trip.
Business trip.
And I would like to have
There you go.
explored San Diego a little more too because we were north of, and there was a lot of traffic down that way too. So
Well, you know what the San Diego is in Latin, right?
San Diego, which
San
is
Diego. It's a whale. I'm not going to say it. You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
whale's lady parts.
Even though that is the scientific term.
I wanted to go see if I could go see the Mexican border too, which isn't too far away. But again, the traffic. I didn't want to get down there and then not figure out where to go. Just to say I did it. So yeah, I would like to. The scenery down there is like nothing you'll see anywhere on the East Coast, really. So
Now, if
Did you put your feet in the ocean?
we were on the beach for a total of 6 minutes.
that's not too surprising.
No.
We did a quick lap.
All right.
Yeah, we've seen it. Seen the Pacific.
And we have seen it.
By the way-
and bye-bye.
Weather down there was perfect. No rain. It was sunny the whole time. It was in the high 60s, low 70s. the whole
that's-
time.
That's how San Diego is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, San Diego's what, 75 all year round?
San
pretty
Diego,
much.
no, it gets hot. It gets hotter. I read somewhere that San Diego's like the warmest city on average in the country.
Oh, it doesn't
One of the
surprise
worst.
me. I mean,
yeah,
it's,
good.
it's like the southernmost city other than Florida, I think.
Yeah.
Florida's a city, yes, Joe.
San
Well, the
Francisco,
state of Florida.
San Francisco and the Bay
jerk.
Area are
Cold-ish.
not cold, but they're.
Mild compared
Yeah.
to...
You get lakefront coming in, don't you?
We didn't make it up there because that's
Joke.
San Francisco. The Bay Area is 4, 5, 6 hours north of there.
Yep.
So
I think I would want to go to the Bay Area. If I had to choose where in California, if I could only go to one place in California, I think I would start at the Bay Area.
I'd love to check out San Fran.
So
anyway,
I've never been
I'll-
to California. I'd
that-
like to check it out one of these days.
Oh, the best meal that I've had since my last podcast here was not in California though.
Where was it?
It was it was yesterday.
This morning at the HFR.
It was at Schmeg's, obviously. Buffalo Road and Gates. Sean Hook is a wizard on the grill. Drew and I were there. It was terrific. Chicken parm chili was the chili of the day yesterday. That's what I had. Fried mac and cheese balls. Big balls. of
Just
mac
big,
and cheese.
juicy
Fried
balls.
balls of mac and cheese. What is the batter that he uses? Is that the
it's Genesee Cream Ale. You technically had a beer last night.
Hey!
Could
My
have been
time's
the
a
show
little
last
loopy this morning.
Just calm, relaxed.
Oh, and the free apps from Sean. The toast with the
Hey.
Amish butter. That was
Hey, when's
that's
he
probably
gonna...
the best toast I've ever had in my
When does
life.
he want us to come in live and do the show?
It didn't come up in conversation last night.
I say we boycott
do you think
that
he
place.
listens?
It had been a while.
There's no shot.
I don't think
They
he
didn't even promote us when
It had
we
been-
tagged them and all that stuff.
It had been a while. It was a much needed trip to Schmeg's.
We did it. We conquered it.
So yeah, we can move on now. I'm sorry for that.
All right, we're going to go right down the rundown. We're going to talk briefly before we get to our power rankings, which is top 5 TV shows from the 90s. We're going to cover that in a couple minutes. If you
Sorry.
want to weigh in on that, if you hit on Facebook and you go to the link where you're listening to us right now on Spreaker, there is a chat feature, Chat Live, that comes up on my computer here, or you can comment or text any of us.
Or you
here
can
in the
text
show.
us because you're all related
Are we
to
going
one
right
of
down
us.
the rundown here?
Yeah, so you were in California last week.
And it reminded me,
So, well, okay, go ahead.
we need to go on a mancation.
Where are we going?
Because I feel when I go somewhere, I feel like I'm dragging my wife Amanda around to see every sporting venue that I want to see. So we need to go somewhere. I don't care where it is. It really doesn't matter where.
I'm going to be in Toledo next weekend with the Hilton baseball team. I'm driving separately with a couple assistant coaches. We've talked about
Big E?
Big E. We've talked about maybe stopping in Canton on the way.
Can I come?
It's like a 45-minute detour.
We could go anywhere.
Yeah,
Us
we
four,
should.
the 4 neat guys.
I think it would be a lot of fun to. I have actually been sticking to my guns, and I have been more involved in baseball. Like I've watched 2 Mets games
The Mets
already.
are doing well this
Yeah,
so
they're
far.
2-1.
There you
and,
go.
They won last night, Joe.
No, they're 3-1.
New
Fabulous.
York's new team.
I'm sorry they lost last night. That
so-
was Davey Hand.
okay.
They're 2-2.
But I think going on like a little like baseball, like maybe going to see John play, going to like a couple stadiums.
The Berg?
Yeah, because I go to a Pittsburgh
Michael?
game and then you're close enough to
Michael has a thought.
Cleveland. Michael. go ahead.
we have a strong connection in the Massachusetts area.
Jacob.
I've always wanted to go to Fenway Park.
I
I
went.
think we could have a good time in
Mike,
Boston.
I've
Oh, you were just there. weren't you?
I did a tour of Fenway, so I was able to see the locker room. I was able to see the press box, man.
Did you have to pay for that?
It was like $15.
That's
Yeah. So I can't believe I haven't told you, but
How awesome.
when I went to Boston for St. Patty's Day, it was a great. And I don't even like baseball. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
I want to go to
So
Fenway.
I think
Go
going to a
anywhere.
Red Sox game would be a lot of fun.
We could
I
go
mean,
to Toronto. We could go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We could go to.
a lot of
Heck, we could stop in Erie and just get some Chick-fil-A.
go to a Yankees and a Mets game in New York.
I know
There's
where
had
we're
enough
gonna
of
be.
Erie.
Washington, Washington
Cleveland.
D.C. We can just go visit Joe for a weekend in New York City. We could go
games.
anywhere.
I do like the idea because Jacob. I mean, he's in Mass. We
Yeah.
go to a Red Sox game with young
Catch
Jacob.
a Sox game.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
gotta
cool.
say one other place. This is we can't drive to this place that I've always wanted to go to. That I think we would enjoy. And it's going to sound strange. Kansas City.
You could drive there.
I really
You
would
could.
like. I would really like
Oh.
to try the barbecue in
Exactly.
Kansas City. Because I've done like Texas, I've done North Carolina.
I like the Royals ballpark.
It's a good, it's a great sports town.
I like to go to Nashville.
They've got a soccer team.
Nashville, Mike is amazing.
Oh
We already have this segment.
I think so too.
No, but we need to realistically think of some place that we should go, because I'm thinking, like, you know what? We're all men. We can make decisions for ourselves, right?
No, we can't. We definitely can't make this. Are you seeing what I'm wearing right now?
He was wearing Crocs this morning. we can't let this guy. We need a presence here for Drew to pick his clothes. I'm joking, man.
So we need to make it happen. And one of the inspirations for this, our friends, the Bacchuses,
And Mead. Josh Mead.
their cousin Josh. Yeah, they went to WrestleMania in Orlando last week.
WrestleMania.
I mean, we don't like. I mean, none of us are really big fans of wrestling. I mean,
Stop.
Joe kind of
No,
likes.
it's not
Joe
true
kind
at
of
all.
likes wrestling,
I
but
love wrestling.
the rest of us, we're not diehard. None of us are diehard wrestling fans.
And you had posed the question in the rundown of why is wrestling popular?
Why it seems like wrestling has made a resurgence.
Well,
in
I
recent
think
years.
I
Why?
think it's always been pretty popular. You know what I mean? But and granted, I haven't. I'll read about what happens, and I don't really watch because I don't have cable. But I think it kind of like is the perfect mix of like man things. Like there's like attractive women, there's fighting, there is like intense storylines. Growing up, my dad and my brother and I would watch like ECW all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. Like WCW, WWF.
No, just a somber note from what I've read on Deadspin and Bleacher Report. The Undertaker retired.
He did. Well, that guy's been wrestling for years. Like he's 52 years old. He started in like 1990, and he's a legend. Like I think him retiring was really big. But
always a fan favorite.
He really is. People loved him. And I read these. Sometimes I'll go online and read stories of like what wrestlers do, not when they're wrestling because they're people. Mm-hmm. And he actually was really, really cool with the fans. Had a lot of really nice interactions with the fans.
I heard he was having the most seniority. He would like settle disagreements backstage.
Yeah, because he was very, very loyal to Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
and I think he was like Vince McMahon's enforcer. Because a lot of guys like hate Vince McMahon, I would assume, because he's kind of crazy. But Mark Hamill, the Undertaker, would tell people what's up. Like,
I just
kick the crap out of him.
I've never been able to figure out. I have no problem with wrestling.
Right.
Like, I think it's cool that people have a hobby they like, and it seems like something that it can entertain people from any walk of life.
Mm. But if you don't find
why
the
is
appeal
it so
of
popular?
I think
because Gronk was there. That's why.
I think it's just a mix of like beating people up, attractive women. You know what I mean?
Because
like,
personally, I can't get like in the back of my head. I'm always thinking this is fake. They're not actually competing with each other, and I can't get like people are getting fired up about who wins and who loses. Where it's
oftentimes
it's already
too,
planned
though,
what's going to happen.
Oftentimes, like their weekly program was it Monday and Tuesday nights now. I don't even know if there's nothing else on TV, especially if you're a sports fan, and it's year round, so it's something you could turn on if you're like if it's not football season. And
is it sport? Do you consider it sport?
No, because
it's entertainment.
It's scripted.
It's scripted.
It's great entertainment for sure. Not a sport.
But you have to be a fantastic athlete,
right? No doubt, it takes a lot of athletic ability, but they're not actually competing.
I can see that argument. Yeah.
I think that's too much wrestling.
Too much wrestling. Let's move on to the big segment this week.
It's time for the 259 Show's weekly power rankings.
This week, the weekly power rankings is 90s television programs. I will get the ball rolling, and my number 5 on my favorite 90s
Wait a minute, time
television
out.
programs.
Before we start.
Are you changing the rules on me?
No. I just want to remind everyone of what we decided the rule was for eligibility for this list.
I didn't know there was rules.
It just had to air.
We talked about it a few
90s.
weeks ago.
Air in the 90s.
It had an episode during the 90s.
At least one
it counts.
episode in the 90s.
Okay, that's what...
Because Drew's number 1 would be affected by this if we said, it was in the 80s. So go ahead, Drew.
It's actually not my number 1.
Woo!
So I got you there. Number 5 on my list. I don't think this one made any of your list. All that.
Oh, just this one.
Extras, man. Yeah. Good man.
Yeah, Sam actually reminded me about all that last night.
Anything on Nickelodeon back in the day was good.
So that's my number 5. Number 4, Home Improvement with everybody's favorite man, Tim Allen. Number 3 on my list, Seinfeld.
There you
Only
go.
making number 3.
Wow.
That surprises me because you love Seinfeld. Well, I mean, Greg loves Seinfeld, but you talk about it a lot.
Everyone
I
likes
Everyone
Seinfeld.
talks about it.
I
a lot.
reference Seinfeld maybe
Yeah.
every day. So, number 2, Boy Meets World.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And number 1, I don't think this one's going to be on anybody's list. Double Dare. Remember
show.
Double Dare
Oh,
on
yeah.
Mark
Nickelodeon?
Summers.
Wait, which one was that?
It was like the game show for kids
Yeah,
on
what was the
Nickelodeon.
one-
There's a
What's
bunch
the
of game
name? Who
shows
hosted
though.
it? Susan Summers.
Mark Summers.
Mark Summers. Susan Summers was Figure It
I don't
Out.
know.
Big
this
yeah.
I don't like that
Summer
one. as much.
Sanders.
Summer Sanders.
Sanders.
What was the one where they went through that jungle like obstacle course?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah. Double
Double
Dare.
Dare. Slime?
Can we talk about how great Nickelodeon
I thought it was
programming
called
was in the
Slime.
90s?
I think
Oh,
once we
okay,
get
yeah, I
through
know
everyone's
that
top
show.
Yeah,
5, maybe we
alright.
should talk about because I have several.
We should have set it
Nickelodeon
up with
shows on
something.
mine.
So that's
We
my.
could do a
I
Nickelodeon
just
top
the
5.
90s was the golden age of television.
Yes.
And I don't
really
think
was.
I don't think we'll ever get back to that. Just because of the
I
amount of-
actively go watch like 90s shows on YouTube all the time.
I wonder if people who grew up in the 80s say the same thing about the 80s too, because there's a lot of 80s.
No, the 80s
television
was really
shows that
good too.
were great.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So-
But I think the 90s was the golden age.
Drew, did you have Home Improvement on yours?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say. I forgot.
All right, I'll
Very
go.
good, Michael.
Number 5, Home Improvement. Number 4,
Dude.
That 70s Show. Did you guys ever watch that?
Oh, yeah.
That's a great show.
That was a good show, yeah.
What year did that start? 90.
That was
I'm
like
not
98,
sure,
maybe
right.
99.
A lot of stars.
that
A
was
lot
the
of
tail
stars
end
in
of
that
it.
show.
Big time, yeah.
Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher got to start there.
The chick from
Topher
Orange is the
Grey-
New
not Topher
Black.
Grey. Who?
The love interest for the main
Oh
character.
yeah, Donna.
Yeah. I didn't watch it much. So I
And of
didn't know
course,
the character was.
Fez.
Oh, the
Yeah.
best was the dad, Red.
Oh, yes.
Red
Red
is the
Foreman.
best. He one of the best TV dads.
I think I
did we
mentioned
mention
him. I think. Yeah, that guy.
But good point, Michael.
The parents were hilarious. Kitty, and then the next Donna's parents, Bob, and forget his.
Did
mom,
you
her mom's
did you ever
name.
have there was a health teacher in Hilton, and she looked just like Kitty. I forget what her name was.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I had her, Miss
Waldron.
Waldron. And my
Waldron.
brother, I told my
Yeah.
brother who I had her for
I never
health,
thought about that.
And
That's
my
what
brother's
she
like,
did.
my brother's like, oh, you have Kitty Waldron for health? I'm like, oh, she does look just like her.
She does.
That's fine.
Oh, that's funny. All right, number 3, The Wonder Years. Number 2, another Savage Brothers show, Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1, of course, Seinfeld.
Good
I
list.
like that.
Yeah, I
list.
think
Thank
Seinfeld
you.
would be the top of our Mount Rushmore if we did it. And I
Oh,
think
it's definitely
there'd
on
be
Mount
no-
Rushmore.
There'd
Yeah.
be no argument for that.
I think we should do a Nickelodeon top 5 at
That's
some
we,
point.
we could easily do that because
Because-
I have like tons of shows
Oh.
on there that I left out.
I remember what I wanted to say now.
Thank God.
YouTube is the greatest invention of all time.
It is great.
'Cause you
It's
can
got
go
all the
back-
shows on it.
You can go
can
back and
watch-
watch all this stuff.
Yeah, I
There's
would,
a point watching a
I think
bunch
we
of
need,
Hey
to do,
Arnold's.
we need to do our top 5 websites at some point. I think YouTube
5
is at the top of
websites.
every list.
that's actually
Anyway.
not a bad idea.
So Mike is
I'm done.
Joseph.
Yeah, I'll go, and then I want to make sure after because I've literally
got
got
this
like
whole list here.
30 shows on here. Number 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon edition. I still watch it on YouTube. Like I restarted it like a week ago, and I'm already through like season 3.
Awesome theme song.
Great
by the way.
Great
show.
theme song. It's just like my brother got me into it. It's a great show. Number 4 is interesting. We talked about wrestling today. WCW, WWF, and ECW. WCW and WWF kind of had that feud where it was like Monday Night War. You know, who would have the best content? ECW was just like Saturday morning craziness. If you really loved wrestling, you watched ECW. I was probably too young to be watching that stuff, but it was great. 3, I feel like this is a trend. Boy Meets World. It's just like even watching it today. It's a great show. All right, Tully.
Totally didn't like that.
No, you don't like Boy Meets World?
Only at number 3.
Have we got any comments, by the way?
Yes, we'll get there once Joe's done with his list.
Yeah, Boy Meets World, great show. Number 2 is Full House.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really,
Can we play the
really
theme
enjoy
song,
that
please?
show.
Full House.
Yes.
I'm on it.
Danny Tanner, who in real life,
Bob Saget
is a dirty,
Yeah.
dirty man.
He's
Isn't
a dirty
that
dog.
Great theme song, by the way.
Uncle Jesse, Joey.
Fact checking from earlier, by the way, that 70s show did premiere in August of '98.
Okay.
So you're off the hook.
I knew it was the 90s. I saw it on the list.
You can continue on.
Yeah, and then number 1 is my favorite show of all time, The Simpsons. which you could say it's like the best show of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s because it's been going on for what 24 years, 25 years, and especially in the 90s. I mean, the show is not great in my opinion.
Right. When was
it's
the
not
last
that
year?
funny anymore.
When was the last year? It was great.
But
Probably early 2000s.
Yeah, but I mean, I have several of the seasons on DVD. I've got like seasons 4 through 9, and those are all in the 90s, and those are all kind of the golden years of The Simpsons. So,
Breaking news.
what did I do?
We've got a comment here on Facebook
boy!
from one Amanda Diedrich.
Oh, boy! Ring the bell!
Says, quote, I just want to say that Joe should be ashamed for himself. When I
God.
followed up with, why is that, she responded, quote, he knows what he did.
I have no idea.
So,
Please text me, Amanda, and tell me what I've done.
so,
I think you know what you did, Joe.
and
What
then,
did I do?
and then she just
Tyler
said,
You did.
plus Boy Meets World is way better than Full House. He's wrong. That's her take on,
Well, she's not going to like my list then.
Wait,
oh boy.
I'm
Actually,
curious.
Daughter's
boy.
take. I don't have either of those.
Oh boy. All right, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fact check.
Uncle Joey Bird is in the doghouse.
The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1987 and 1996.
Oh yeah. And then Tyler, go ahead, and then I want to go through some of my extras too.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but I don't want to take any thunder away from you.
Just give me a minute here.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
I'm ready. Number 5.
Had to find his post-it note.
Number 5. I'm going to go with.
Chicken scratch?
I think everyone except Joe has had this one so far.
Seinfeld?
Home Improvement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Allen.
Definitely belong on the list.
Yes. I remember watching it a little bit when I was a kid with my dad. I just call it Tool Time.
Tool time.
Yeah.
But I've been watching it all the time lately on Hallmark. Mm-hmm. Of course.
All the time, some of the time.
Yes.
90% of the time, all the time.
That's a good show. Yeah, I didn't. Some of these shows I didn't start watching till 2000s because I was too young.
I would
to,
make the argument.
Has deep meaning behind a lot of their episodes. A lot of moral stories they teach
in Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I would say that I think Seinfeld and Friends are the two most highest rated sitcoms in the 90s. I think Home Improvement was number 3.
And they
Home
competed.
Improvement. Yeah.
What was it? Fox that had Home Improvement?
ABC.
Or ABC. ABC put Home Improvement up against Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Seinfeld. Yeah.
It did. It actually was
We're watching some documentary.
It killed in the
or something
ratings.
About that. Yeah.
I don't think it's remembered as fondly now.
Because it's only played on Hallmark,
Right, whereas Seinfeld and Friends, they're on everything all the time.
TBS.
So,
Turner.
yeah, I think, and I think Home Improvement would make our Mount Rushmore. Number 4, I had, and this was actually my top TV show theme song a couple weeks ago. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I mean,
That was on my
Come
list
on.
too. Yeah.
everyone watched
Have
it.
you seen the movie yet?
Everyone, no, I haven't. I really watched
I've
it.
heard good things about the
Is
movie.
it because there's been so many different versions of the Power Rangers that I think what Tyler's talking about is like the OG Power
Yes,
Rangers.
exactly.
You know?
The original Power Rangers. Every kid watched that show back in
Oh yeah.
1995.
You went nuts for it.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about the Power Ranger movie, though. And actually, Bryan Cranston's in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Oh,
know
yeah.
that,
Yeah, we need to go see that.
There's our mancation right there.
To
So the drive-in to watch the Power Rangers in my truck.
Tinseltown. So yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Mighty Morphin
Home
Power
Improvement.
Rangers.
Number 3, I'm going to agree with Joe. The Simpsons has to be on the list.
Yeah, buddy. I still have no idea what I did wrong.
I
Can
think
somebody
I-
please let me know?
I watched it more during the 2000s, but
The Simpsons.
it was a lot of episodes from the 90s.
You went through a period of time where we quoted Ralph Wiggum on the reg.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Like every other word that came out of our mouth was like, "Me fail English? That's impossible."
Yeah, Simpsons. That had its heyday in the early 90s,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
early to mid 90s.
Good episodes during that time. And Conan O'Brien was writing for him.
Yes. Number 2. Where did it go?
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
I apologize.
You should have
Oh,
larger notes.
number 2. Going off the beaten path a little bit
Got like
here.
30 TV shows on this little post-it note.
Anyway, number 2, NFL Primetime. Again,
Oh, yeah.
also in its heyday
call.
in the 90s. Chris Berman back when he was tolerable, and Tom Jackson, a dynamic duo, going through the NFL highlights every week. That was must-see TV every Sunday night at 7:30 on ESPN.
The music was great, right?
Back
It
when
was,
ESPN was tolerable. The music made it.
Yeah.
They did such a great job with making those highlight packages for every game.
go,
and showing-
"Whoop!"
Yes. The sound effects, the nicknames were still tolerable back then from Chris Berman.
Tolerable. They're great.
You got in-depth highlights of every game, and they did a really good job of analyzing it and also making it understandable to the casual viewer.
Yeah, it was just the music alone was like,
Yeah.
you could fall asleep to it
When-
and also go run through a brick wall.
When ESPN lost its Sunday Night Football deal to NBC at the end of the 2005 season, NFL Primetime, as we knew it kind of went away. So for nostalgia's sake, I go back and download as many of them as I can find on YouTube.
Is that legal?
I don't know. Probably not. I really don't care.
Lock 'em up.
The NFL doesn't make this stuff
Sorry,
available.
not many
for
people
whatever
listen to
reason.
our podcast, anyways.
I'm
So,
pretty
yeah.
sure Roger Goodell does listen.
NFL Primetime. And number one.
Is he gonna play it? Is this gonna be his?
This
Okay.
is his sound.
Dadgum tablet.
Buffering.
Yeah, this one makes sense.
That's King of the Hill.
It is King of the
Obviously. I mean, I
Did
didn't
that
watch
start in the 90s?
97, right after the Super Bowl. It was the lead-out programming from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Packers, Patriots, and King of the Hill.
Did you watch it after that Super Bowl?
No, I didn't really watch it in the 90s. I got into it, but it's like my favorite show of all time, and it was from the 90s, so I had to pick it.
Fox had a great block back in the day. It was like 6 to 7 or 6 to 7:30 was
This
like
was just
Simpsons
our
at
local.
6.
This was just our local Fox affiliate.
Right, Simpsons at 6, King of the Hill at like 6:30, and Simpsons again at 7.
Yeah.
It was great. Watch that every
I
night.
never watched King of the Hill, not one episode.
I can't tell you how underrated King of the Hill is.
I had to videotape Tyler watching the series finale. Really? In college, yeah. It was like our junior or it was like sophomore year in college. Tyler told me that you need to videotate me watching.
Yeah, I had Joe record my reaction. I don't cry much.
The entire, the
It was
entire,
like the last like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys the
I'm
video
telling
if you
you,
want.
that's all
We
right.
could dig up some crazy stories. I mean, not crazy, but like
Yeah, those aren't crazy, just weird.
the time Tyler and I did our laundry at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night.
Favorite characters on King of the Hill? Hank Hill, obviously. I think my second favorite character is Dale Gribble.
I'm a Bobby fan.
Yeah. Bobby's a great character.
That's
too.
my purse. I don't know you.
You have been kicked in the testicles. That's how Hank awoke to Bill Dotrieve in his face after that happened.
Yeah.
Dale Gribble, conspiracy theorist extraordinaire.
This theme song is going way too long.
It's only 2 minutes.
Is it on a loop?
So what? I actually did make a top 10.
That's not surprising to
So what
anybody.
just missed the cut for me?
That's only 10.
Shining Time Station, better known as Thomas the Tank Engine.
Okay.
I was obsessed with that when I was 5 or 4.
What about Sports Center?
Sports Center used to be
Sports
good.
Center
It used to be good.
just
Scott
missed
Van
my
Pelt,
list.
Stuart Scott, Dan
Great.
Patrick.
Once
Boy,
again,
My
Dan
man,
Patrick.
DP.
it was in its heyday in the 90s.
yeah.
Rich Eisen and Stuart Scott
Oh
were
yeah,
the team
those
as
guys
well.
were the dudes.
Yeah.
Sesame Street. Very close. Just missed the cut.
Oh,
for me.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I like Mr. Rogers too.
Good
Family Matters, Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Number 6 was the NFL on NBC on my list,
Okay.
which went away at the end of the '97 season.
I have one that Tyler might find hilarious. I don't think it's a great show, but The Busy World of Richard Scarry.
And you were invited too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was a great show.
Like
man.
I said, Nickelodeon back
How
in the
about the
90s.
different game shows that were in the 90s? Like, there was Shop Till You Drop. There was the other supermarket sweep show. It seems like the 90s, game shows were all over the place.
Hollywood Squares.
Oh, Hollywood
With
Squares
Tom
was
Bergeron.
awesome. The Whoopi and Gilbert Gottfried and usually Penn and Teller.
What about Bill Nye?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That is a staple.
Zoom.
That is a staple
Zoom.
of.
Zaboomafoo.
That's a staple of science classes, grades,
yeah.
K through 12.
Remember they used to
basically.
bring in the big black
Oh,
cards
yeah.
with the TV
We're getting
on
Bill
it?
Nye today.
Everyone would like erupt.
Did you know that?
Fun story.
Now you
A friend
know.
of mine who lives in New York City. For
Not Joe.
Not Joe.
Oh.
For a couple.
Your brother?
For about a month.
Yeah, your brother.
We're not going to talk about how your brother is stalking me on the 7
We'll
trains.
get there. But somebody, a friend of mine who lives in New York City, for about a month dated an actress from Zoom.
Really?
Yeah, like they paid for her college. Like they didn't pay her, but paid for her college
Yeah.
type deal.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, right? But yeah, we'll get to that story later, Joe. My brother's stalking you on a New York City.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. I got another one. Actually, a couple. Recess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great show.
How good was Saturday morning cartoons?
Dude, there was in what year? Because
don't know
like if you're
specific
talking
year,
like,
but
like
any
95,
year.
if you're talking like 95,
They don't really
96,
exist anymore.
I
Yeah,
know, like 95, 96, like Fox had
Fox-
everything.
No,
Fox had
X-Men,
Fox's
Teenage
lineup
Ninja
in the
Turtles.
Saturday mornings in the mid '90s kicked.
It really
But-
did.
Yeah.
And then late 90s,
It was
one,
channel
one Saturday morning on ABC.
Yeah, on
it was
ABC was
Recess,
good,
like
yeah.
Pepper Ann, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
How about just like Looney Tunes?
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
absolutely.
just like
Yes.
then they had the
Wait, that was-
Animaniacs that they had there for a while that followed the Looney Tune.
Cartoon Network had some good shows back in the day too, like Dexter's Lab,
Every show on Nickelodeon.
Ed, Ed, and
Yeah.
Eddie.
Rocco's
Great
Modern
stuff.
Life, Ren and
And then
Stimpy,
even-
Cat Dog.
and then
Cat
even
Dog
we
was
could
alright.
definitely do a top 5 Nickelodeon
yeah, we
cartoon
should.
show.
We should.
And then even ABC had they had the TGIF block Friday nights.
Yeah.
Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Witch.
Full House,
Teenage
but earlier,
Witch. Yeah.
Family Matters.
Yeah,
Family Matters is a great show.
Family
Great
Matters was
show.
That's
so
also
good.
an amazing theme song.
it is.
Full House just
I-
missed a cut for my life.
I put a couple shows that I think I've said before. I didn't have cable growing up, so things like Arthur I would watch on PBS all the time. Zoom. I was able to fix the antenna, so I got WB. So Pokemon I would watch all the time. Digimon. I would like those are the shows I had to watch because when I wasn't at my grandma's house.
Mr. Diedrich teach you how to do the antenna thing.
Well, actually, we went through so many antennas because when it wouldn't come in during the Bills games, either
Yeah.
myself, I'm sorry, Dad, or my dad would just like beat the living crap out of the antenna. Like, you're not gonna work during the Bills game? Oh, child, please! Like, just throw it at the wall.
One
go
Nickelodeon
ahead,
show.
Tom.
I think we missed the most obvious Nickelodeon show in the '90s.
Oh, Hey Arnold.
Rocket
Rugrats.
Power.
Oh my God, Rugrats! Yes, that was yeah.
We all grew up with the Rugrats.
I think Hey Arnold was my favorite.
I heard a couple of years ago Hey Arnold movies in the works, but that never came to fruition.
They did one back in the day, I remember.
Seventh Heaven. I used to watch that.
Jessica Biel.
I
That
used to
was
watch that
good.
in reruns.
That was good.
But, a couple others that we didn't mention. Barney. Everyone watched Barney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some other shows that guys like us probably didn't watch, or at least that we didn't watch probably back in the day. Frasier, ER, X-Files, Married with Children.
Friends.
Yeah.
I mentioned that earlier.
Cheers.
Cheers, yep. South Park. That was popular.
I never got into that.
I never did either, yeah.
My parents wanted to watch that.
I don't know if anyone said The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Obviously.
Oh, man.
Saved by the Bell was number 10 on my list.
I love Saved by the Bell.
Watching it now, it's so
bad.
it's so corny.
But they used to have
Yeah.
It's more.
it is.
It's the most corny.
Yeah.
they had when we grew up TBS every morning. In the summers it would be on for like 2.5
Oh yeah.
hours, 3
Oh
hours in the
yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo. How about Scooby Doo? We left that one off.
I was about to say that you can't make it. There aren't many shows like Home Improvement that are still around today, but then I remembered Last Man Standing as like a
You know, it was a
same thing,
cool
except
show.
with
That was
three
like,
girls instead of three boys.
It was a good filler if you had nothing else to watch. Bobby's World.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Little dude on the scooter.
Or some of my other Fox morning favorites, Saturday morning favorites, Darkwing Duck.
Oh yeah.
That was a great theme song. Oh, another one that I used to watch. I think it was on. I can't remember. I think it was syndicated on our local NBC station at like 4:30 in the afternoon. Was Tailspin. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I don't.
Okay, it was a cartoon with Baloo the bear from the Jungle Book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Law and Order, The Real World, Mad About You, Wings, just a few others that I had written down.
is the Real World still on? I haven't seen it in a couple of years since my college days.
I would assume it's not. I mean, MTV. I mean, that's what it's all about now. Is
Yeah.
those stupid.
I got one more that I think we overlooked just because it's been on like every decade. Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
It's great in the 90s also.
It was really good in the 90s. All right, let's move right along because we are running long right now.
It's gonna be a long show today, boys.
Unpopular opinions is our next segment up. Tyler, you have like 10 things listed under unpopular opinions. Could we keep it short, brief, or
Well, I
just
need
pick
Joe
one?
to go first because I got to
Okay.
see what Joe goes with.
So, my unpopular opinion is about Chick-fil-A.
I support you, Joe.
Look, here's the deal. I don't think they should open up restaurants in the north. The reason why Chick-fil-A is good is because I feel like it's a southern chain. I like that when I go down south and to go to North Carolina, I'm able to go to Chick-fil-A. That I can't just readily get it in Greece or Henrietta or I
But
live
you
in
live in New York
It's
City where there
right,
are-
there are Chick-fil-A's. I like I think it's great, and I think it should, like, I don't like when restaurants get too big.
It's going to lose its novelty.
You know, that's exactly, like, I think it's really good when you go to Chick-fil-A down south, and you're like, oh, yes, I'm going out south, I get to go to Chick-fil-A or Bojangles, and then you do that, and then you get to look forward to the next time you get to go get it. That's my opinion.
I'm
on
okay with
Chick-fil-A.
it because Chick-fil-A still do a killing up here.
I feel like it'll do a
They might
killing
as well,
wherever,
yeah.
but I feel like if there's a Chick-fil-A in Rochester, you're going to go so often that when you go down south, it's going to be like, I'm not going to go.
Well, then I'll just go to Bojangles.
That's true too. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's
That's my unpopular.
So you're going to have
opinion
one
on
less fast food chain to go to when you're down south.
But I can focus all my energy on going to Bojangles.
We
when
no
I'm down
longer
south.
have to go to North Carolina. Chick-fil-A's down the street.
Because I don't go to it in New York because it's not the same experience. Because you put someone from the Bronx trying to be your director of hospitality, they don't know hospitality in the Bronx. They're insane.
So, Joe, are you a Chick-fil-A boycotter then?
No, why would I boycott it?
Because people boycott Chick-fil-A.
Well, they boycott it because I'm
Joe just wants
I'm
the authentic.
religious. I go to church.
He just wants the authentic Chick-fil-A experience.
Yes,
he doesn't
I
feel
like-
he can get that up here.
I like when when I go down, they're like, "Hey, how you doing today, son?" I'm like,
My pleasure.
Shoot, man, I'm doing just fine. No, I'm here.
I also got to point out, we went to a Chick-fil-A in Oceanside, California, north of San
I
Diego.
wonder where that is.
They had a
Zing!
they had usually you have to ask for the sauce when you go to a Chick-fil-A. They have a ton of sauces and they're all delicious. This one they had a full bar of sauces, so I filled a whole bag full of them, and I've been sampling different ones on my chicken all week here at home. It's a way to bring Chick-fil-A into
Surprised you didn't bring
Western New York.
Chick-fil-A sauce to Schmegs last night. Proud of you.
Well, they got Stiggy sauce there, so. Yeah, so I was waiting to see what Joe said, because if Joe was going to lay the smackdown on Chick-fil-A, I was going to say, no, Joe, you're wrong, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
No, look, Chick-fil-A is great. I think we do hype it a little bit on this show, but it's good. It's good food, fresh food. It's good.
I'm going to say that we just finished the Final Four this week, and the Masters are going on right now, so this is like prime time for Jim Nance. And he also, he didn't do the Super Bowl.
And he's been in the news the last 2 weeks, too, the whole Tony Romo thing, too.
I'm going to say Jim Nance is overrated. I'm not a huge fan of Jim. I don't dislike him by any means. I just think he's overrated.
His broadcasting skills or his...
No, he's good at what he's good at what he does. I just think he's... I don't really see the appeal.
I take Jim Nance over Joe Buck any day of the week.
Oh, absolutely. But
so
I think Jim Nance is great.
I get bored of hearing Jim Nance call every single major sporting event on CBS, which is a lot.
It is, but Fox is the same way with Joe Buck. He calls all the
absolutely.
Sporting
I would
outside of NASCAR.
He might be the most talented broadcaster though, because he does all different types of sports. Golf, it's a different cadence. Your voice.
Joe
compared
Buck tried to do
Final
golf
Four
last
basketball.
Year. Fox carried
the U.S. Open, right?
Yeah,
I just get
it was
bored.
terrible.
I get bored of.
I don't
Jim
like
Nance.
when Fox is.
That's a good call though. Mike.
Well, that's because you don't like golf either. You think it's boring.
And he's on like every NFL broadcast. Like every time you see Tom Brady play, it's Jim Nance.
I think it's remarkable how he's able to call these different games and be one of the best broadcasters in each of these sports: basketball.
That's
football.
why we call it Tyler's unpopular opinion.
I'm not. No. It has nothing to do with talent. I just don't.
You're sick of him?
He's too folksy for me, or tries to be too folksy for me, I guess.
Well, he'll be around for the next 40
I prefer
years,
Al Michaels to...
How old is
we all
Jim
do.
Nance? Was he like 50, 60 years old?
I'm on it.
Closer to 60.
He was college roommate of Freddie Couples. Did you know that?
I did not know
But he
that.
played golf at Houston, yeah.
We could do our top 5 announcers.
Jim
sometime.
Nance is 57 years old.
57, so he'll probably be announcing for another 20 years.
We should do our top 5 announcers at some point.
All right. Well, you're up in a couple weeks. So.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Any other unpopular opinions?
I should say Jim Nance's popularity is overrated.
Okay.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Is that it?
Hello,
Is that
friends.
where you're leaving it? For unpopular opinions
Yeah,
this week?
I didn't...
I'll take
I
one of
focus
yours.
my energy elsewhere.
Papa
I'll
Bear,
take
do you
one of
have
yours.
one?
College basketball is exciting, but why the heck does a national championship game start at 9:07 tip time?
Oh my god.
And doesn't finish until midnight?
Dollar signs, TV ratings.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl, Joe
the
and I were
West.
talking
And I
about
agree
this
with you.
week.
I hate that it's on so late. I never watch it.
Well, that's because it's on a Sunday, so everyone's sitting around.
Yeah.
The college basketball's on a Monday, so out on the West Coast, people got to get out of work.
Oh,
and the game's at 6.
good call, Mike.
But still, it's so late.
Yeah, I don't get why these college sports the finals can't be on a Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
See, it's all about TV ratings.
You don't think
Well,
people would
well,
sit down and watch a national
well, it's
championship
because
game on a
No,
Sunday?
they absolutely would, but not as many as would watch it on a Monday.
You don't
night.
think like a Saturday night?
Well, that's why they put it there.
Well, I think they keep it this way because Saturday is the Final Four. They'll have a lot of people.
They
sitting
could do
down
Friday,
for both
Sunday.
games.
Friday and Saturday are the two lowest watched nights of TV.
So
yeah.
Yes, people will still watch
Well,
it.
people will be more likely to stay home on a Monday night and watch a championship. Is that what you're saying?
I think like
Yeah.
on a
Because
Saturday,
on a Saturday
night,
night you go to a bar and
you go,
watch the
yeah,
game.
like the people who are gonna, yeah, because at a bar only one TV's gonna have it on.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
the same amount of people will be watching.
Yeah.
Probably more
That's a
on a
good call,
Saturday
yeah,
night,
yeah.
but less TVs will be
Right.
tuned into
but
it.
9 p.m. is way too late.
It is, yeah. I mean, the game doesn't get over till 11:30.
I'm gonna be honest. I went to bed at halftime.
I
Ish.
I was asleep before it started.
yeah.
It wasn't a great game either. It was
I think
very
I-
poorly
Actually,
officiated.
I think it was an excellent game, and I was talking to my brother about it. And this is another unpopular opinion of mine: is the Tar Heels played right to the strategy they needed to. Gonzaga had 3 big guys who fouled a lot. Carolina brought the ball into the paint and drew the foul.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
contact every time, and 2 out of 3 times they blew the whistle. There was a lot of fouls. Both teams ended up in foul trouble. It was choppy. It was a choppy game to watch, but I think the strategy was there for Carolina.
I think I've only seen the end of a national championship game once, and that was last year, which I just happened to turn on before I went to sleep, and I was like, "Oh, buzzer beater!"
Yeah, that kind of stunk. So that's my unpopular opinion.
Tyler, you wrote down. I just gotta ask. Why are birthdays overrated?
Birthdays are overrated after you turn.
Wait. Wasn't your wife's birthday this week?
She agrees with me. We discussed it. Yeah.
You ran it by the general.
I just say, did
Like,
this ignite
I
this
get people
idea?
who will say, "Oh, my birthday is 5 days away." I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if it.
I
is
don't
your
care
birthday.
about my own
I
birthday.
do agree with you. Like thinking about my birthday next October is a little depressing. I'm going to be 27.
we should
I
be-
don't.
yeah.
I don't want to be 27.
We should be
You're gonna
celebrating
in your
our-
later years of your 20s.
What's that?
You'll be in your later years of your 20s.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm in the second half of my 20s.
Don't you think
I'm
we
going to
should
throw
be?
a big fat mingia out there right now.
Don't you think we should be celebrating our mothers on our own birthdays? We didn't do anything; they did all the work.
That's a great idea. Let's change the whole
Let's
idea.
change
of
it.
birthdays
Mother's
at
Day
random.
is coming up.
So,
Oh, God.
Tyler, you also have here promposals are annoying.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Birthdays are overrated. I probably should have used this. This is better than my Jim Nance opinion. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, I was
For,
gonna say.
when
for
we go
delaying
live,
this.
we can't go back.
Yeah.
And take care
Yeah,
of this now.
birthdays overrated. My wife, who just had her birthday 2 days ago, completely agrees with me. She forgot it was her birthday until a few days before. They're awesome until you're like, what?
18, 21, I guess. Well, you wouldn't know what a 21st birthday is like.
I had a 21st
Then you got to
birthday.
write it on social media, and because if you don't do that, you don't really care about that person.
I usually hide my birthday on social media because I don't want to have to feel like I have to reply to everyone
and just like every
who
like
just
it.
says happy
Yeah.
birthday, which they only know because they saw it
Yeah.
show up on Facebook.
I just ignore them.
I remember
Actually-
a few years ago, I decided I wasn't going to do it anymore, so I posted one on January 1st saying happy birthday to everyone who's celebrating one this year, and I didn't wish it. I do sometimes.
So you
wish
left
people
out your one friend because it was a leap year? That one friend doesn't like you anymore, Tyler Dietrich.
You know what I use the birthday function on Facebook for? Getting rid of Facebook friends.
I do
don't
that
want
too. Like, oh, I'm still friends with that
you
person?
go, you have 7 birthdays today. Wow, I didn't speak to you in high school. What's going to make me speak to you on Facebook when I'm an
Don't get me
adult?
wrong. Birthdays are great when you're a kid, and then your interest kind of slowly goes down. Whereas after you're in your early 20s, you really shouldn't care too much anymore.
No, they're the worst now. I hate it.
I work
getting
on my
older.
birthday a lot, so
Right? Yeah.
that's
I
that.
feel like
And my-
most people work on their birthday.
My birthday was always right.
falls during a weekday.
Well, the thing is, I'm a teacher, and I should have summers off. Therefore, I should have my birthday
Drew,
off.
you may agree with me on this one. They were great when they were younger because, like, my birthday and your birthday fall like right after school ended, and it was great because you could enjoy your.
Yeah,
whole
mine
day.
always sucked. It was always like midterms, January cold. Oh,
Now, my birthday's
Mom and
typically. Yeah, thanks, guys. They're actually listening right now on Facebook. Big Mike got to us a couple minutes ago saying he's listening and enjoying the show. And we have another update from Miss Amanda Diedrich. She says birthdays are super overrated. I kept forgetting about mine. So thank
anyone
you.
that's not related to us.
No, not at all.
Big Mike.
So, and then your last thing, Tyler said promposals are stupid.
They're the worst.
What is the deal with promposals? I'm glad they weren't a thing when we were
I
in
think
high
the
school.
prom is stupid. Looking at prom pictures, I'm sorry.
People should put more effort into
Terrible.
their actual relationships rather than just trying to get someone to go to the prom with them so that they can get attention on social media.
Oh, that's all it is.
Want
It's
to
the worst.
hear my take on it? I don't mind promposals. I mind that the businesses or the networks I watch in the morning for TV, they make a big deal about promposals. Stop it! I want the news.
They want attention
Tell me
and
about,
likes and.
Tell me about Syria and the president and the economy.
weather.
But then you also have the
Weather.
But then you also have the people who are like, "Why do you give us so much bad news all the time? Why don't you tell us this story about an officer who saved a puppy dog from a shopping cart that was rolling away in the wind?
That was on fire.
Tyler could just not win in his job.
I agree with you. The promposals, I think.
Do you guys see them a
prom-
lot as teachers?
Actually, I did last year.
I don't-
Where a girl like asked a dude to the prom, and the way she did it was like she had. Well, first of all, this made a mess in the hallway. She put rose petals all over the hallway. I was like, "What are we supposed to do with this?"
and they probably don't clean it up either.
No, they don't because they're savages at my high school.
It's promposals, grad parties, birthday parties, engagements. Everyone tries to do it bigger and better than everyone else. Not everyone, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah,
Like, focus on the actual relationship that you're trying to develop. Dr. Tyler would like you to do that.
I feel like it's already got to be
Wait,
agreed upon prior.
Whoa! We're getting relationship advice from Tyler Dieter.
Tyler got his PhD in lovemaking.
I thought it was Dr. Drew who gave relationship and drug counseling advice.
You can't have every name, Drew. Your Papa Bear, your Sledgehammer, your
Heavy rocket.
What can you not be, Drew? Mike and I need a name.
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know. I've given you all these nicknames,
Oh
Drew.
man, yeah, promposals.
No, I feel like it needs to be agreed upon too before you go with the promposal. Because what if they say no? You go through this whole
Ben,
thing,
I
and then
think
you're
it's hilarious.
humiliated.
It's hilarious.
I feel like it's usually
Embarrassing.
guys already asking their girlfriends, like it's a surprise they're going to prom together.
You know how I asked my
People
girlfriend
put-
my senior year high school how I asked her to prom?
You passed a
I
note.
was just like, hey, you want to go to prom with me?
You're going to prom with me, right?
She's like, I figured that
So, do I have to buy your ticket?
My mom's going to give me $50 on Thursday.
She can pick you up at 8.
Mom, I'm going to need a ride to prom.
Hey, you couldn't drive.
No, I didn't drive till I was 19.
Can we talk about how...
So I need. But seriously though, we did take a limo to prom. The best part of it was everyone was like doing like, oh, pictures, whatever. Tyler's just pissed because he couldn't listen to the NASCAR race because it wasn't coming in on his like handheld radio. Tyler's in the corner like, right, it doesn't work.
Mr. Diedrich's at home trying to like get the signal.
You brought your Walkman?
He did. It was great.
I brought my dad's like little mini radio from like 1994. And a little thing of headphones. Like it wasn't getting any reception inside the convention center.
That's not. You actually brought that into prom.
I think I was over your house when you went to prom.
We had
it right. We were watching the draft. Wasn't it the day
Actually,
of the
this
draft?
is senior ball, by the way.
Okay.
Junior prom, I was pissed because the Dolphins drafted Ted Ginn.
Oh, that's when I think that's when I was over.
Our senior year prom. There was a whole bunch of crazy storylines. Ron Bacchus was in crutches because he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, I was holding up his
Yeah,
crutches in the background of the pictures.
So we did that. It was just.
That's
We can
funny.
get into this another time. Hard to believe our junior prom was 10 years ago, by the way, Joseph.
You guys are old
is kinda
farts.
crazy.
Anyway, we can move on. I
That's fine.
apologize.
Yeah, I did get my license before Joe. I know where you're
did.
going with that.
Despite being
You couldn't drive.
despite being
Sure
2.5 years younger, you did. Beat Lauren almost beat you too, didn't she?
They took their test the same day.
Oh man.
It's awesome.
Anyway,
We're going to move right along. Doofus of the Week. The 259 Doofus of the Week. What are our nominees?
I got 4 nominees today.
Holy crap.
I'll go with my first one though.
Thank you.
I was gonna say this last week, but I wanted Tyler's opinion because he likes football.
Do it in your voice, please.
The Raiders. They're moving from Oakland. This makes absolutely no sense. I feel like
Actually, it kind of does.
It makes a lot of sense.
Well, the only reason why it makes sense is money. Like
That's the
makes a
biggest
little
reason.
bit-
right, and it stinks because like I feel like if you were to get like the top 5 fan bases in the NFL, the Raiders would hands down be in that list. Like the
Hence
people,
why their stadium was
But I
only
feel like
74%.
I feel like the
full.
Raiders more so than any team, the fans will follow them no matter where they go.
No,
Well,
it's really-
they did before when they moved to LA. And then came
okay,
back.
Las Vegas isn't too far.
You
but
know the worst part about it is what they're moving in 2018 season.
No, 19. They got 2 more seasons.
Okay. But the Raiders are probably going to be in Super Bowl contention by that
No,
time. They're going to be
yeah.
one of the best teams in the AFC. Tom Brady will maybe be retired by that time.
They'll have Derek Carr.
There's going to be a new.
they've got Marshawn coming back.
It'll depend on how Derek Carr comes back after
I'm
his
sure.
injury.
Well, then they got EJ. If
Oh yeah.
Is that where EJ ended
yeah,
up?
EJ ended up there.
So yeah, my doofus of the week. I feel like the Raiders are making a bad choice.
We'll see if they can fill a stadium in Las Vegas. It's really not that big of a. It's a small market actually. Anywho,
And they're getting a hockey team too. It's kind of odd.
That makes no sense.
There
Having
won't be
hockey
there
teams in
won't
the
be a
South.
whole lot of hometown fans there though, because it's a tourist town.
you're going to have to get tourists to come to the game.
Oakland's
basically.
Well, ways away from Vegas though. It's not. It's not
They
like
said-
it's close. Isn't it like 5?
Probably.
They did a study. They said something like 10% of their current season ticket holders are committed enough to fly to Vegas every game to watch.
I feel like the Raiders have a national following more so.
Yeah,
than
if they put a good
local
product
following.
on the field, there's going to be people going to that game
The
regardless.
question is, will they be able to host a Super Bowl? Because in Nevada, you can't bet on sporting events that happen inside.
I mean, as long as the NFL never wanted to play there, but now that they are, I think they may have to open.
Are they going to take the Raiders off of betting? Didn't they do that with UNLV?
UNLV's off
back in the
right
day?
now
Yeah.
for
Or
March.
they still do.
If they're in March Madness, they're out.
Really?
Yeah,
So that might be the case with playoffs or if Raiders in
it
the
could be,
playoffs,
or even if they
regular
host a
season.
Super Bowl. Look how many bets go in on the Super Bowl, like Gatorade.
But all
color
that stuff,
and all that
people
kind of
don't
stuff.
go like you bet online now. I feel like you're not going to be in Vegas to bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Majority of people.
Speaking
bet
of
online.
bets,
Oh boy,
NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman is who I have as one of my nominees.
what a
what did he
segue.
do?
He is not allowing NHL players to go to the Olympics.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah,
Not for Team USA at least. Alex Ovechkin, who's
Yeah.
Russian, has said that he's going to go no matter what the NHL says. But we're going to have a B team, not even a B team really. We're going to have college kids.
it's going to be like the
That worked
junior
out-
used to be back
That
in the
worked
day.
out for us in 1980. But yeah, but like no one's going to watch the Olympic hockey anymore, which is
I don't know, maybe
it was a great way to.
I watch more Olympic hockey than NHL hockey.
it'll suck if all the other countries still have NHL players on their team. Then we're going to get routed. So
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a good move for hockey. Like if you want to grow the game, this seems like that'd be the way. Like,
it's
think
like-
about it, after 2010, more people started watching the NHL after the Olympics. The final between the U.S. and Canada was an epic
that was so
game.
much fun.
And then
It might change.
USA's run was fun during that Olympics.
like that's how a lot of casual fans get to know some of these star players. Like
yeah, like what's his
I
name
know,
got really
I-
big. What the heck's that kid's name? The one that who did really well in the shootout. I forget his name. now.
T.J. Oshie.
Yeah, T.J. Oshie. Yeah.
Wayne
Thank you.
Gretzky.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr.
Plus, it was always if we had a local guy like Ryan Callahan or Brian Giannis.
He was the assistant captain that year.
I don't know.
Or captain.
But Callahan played in the Olympics twice, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was captain. Wasn't he captain of the team the year they went to
don't know.
the gold medal game? Anywho,
Yeah, so that sucks. A couple other nominees. I had the Chicago Cubs. I don't know if you guys saw the game. I think it was what was it? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night. There was a player on the Cardinals who got hit by the ball 3 times in like 3 minutes,
How awesome was that? When I saw it, I thought it was fake.
and everyone's like, "Oh, he had the worst at bat ever." Well,
No,
he scored a run.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen this, he got hit by pitch at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
He got first base. He stole second. He got hit in the elbow from the throw down from the catcher.
Sliding, and he had the elbow guard
Yeah,
on.
and then the guy...
That's a free base if you get hit by the ball and you're
No,
he was
he
safe.
stole the base.
Right, you're
He's
safe.
safe. And then the person who was at bat hit a double in the gap. He's rounding third, comes home, he slides head first. The ball hits him in the left side of the helmet.
Was it covered?
No, he slid feet first, but it hit him in the head.
Yeah, he got hit in the head, like on the side of the helmet. He got hit
okay.
by a baseball 3 times in like 90
And he
seconds.
promptly left the game because.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were saying, "Oh, he had the worst trip around the bases." No, like he scored a run. The Chicago Cubs had like 8 errors in that series.
Yeah, he stole a base, and then he had an extra base with the double shot.
He got hit. It's just hard to believe that he got hit 3 times in such.
It was kind of funny.
succession. So
So you're saying
the Chicago Cubs for committing how many errors on that? They had a wild pitch.
I got you.
There was another wild pitch that led to the stolen base. They hit the guy 3 times. They made an error in the field that led him to get to home anyway. So, Brian Kelly, doofus of the week. I mean, that's nothing new.
I have one.
His comments about Deshaun Kaiser earlier in the week.
Oh yeah,
Go for it, Michael.
The University at Buffalo. They have cut 4 sports programs in their athletic department. One of them being the men's soccer team, which I was a member of a few years back, to cut back on some money. And really, it feels like after I've read everything, it kind of seems like they didn't put much of an effort to save these programs. They cut 4 of them. They're only sell $2 million. Yeah, saving $2 million, and the amount they spend on their football team, which is ranked like dead last in all of Division I college football. They spend $750,000 a year just home games, the hotel home games.
wait for their players.
For the player, yeah, they have to stay in a hotel for home games. They stay in a hotel right near the campus. And
That's the football team.
yeah, I understand the programs they cut was baseball, men's soccer, the rowing team, and then men's swimming.
Hilton
I
Baseball
understand.
had a member of the UB baseball team.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. I won't name names though. Short stay.
It's tough for the athletes too, especially for soccer. Like recruiting wise, all the other D1 schools at this point already have their roster set for next year. All their scholarship money allocated out to players. So a lot of guys
Which isn't
are
much
scrambling.
for everything other than football and
Yeah,
basketball.
and 2 months ago they just hired a new coach. So
Wait, so is it all the kids who committed to go to Buffalo for soccer
In the fall,
they will not have a team to play for. Their scholarships will still be, if they got scholarship. Not everyone on the team gets scholarship.
They hired someone 2 months before
Yeah.
they made this announcement.
Yeah, they still get their scholarships for the next 4 years, which is good at least. But these kids go to school. Do they want to play soccer? So it's tough. So
And
I'm
how
assuming most, if not all of them. Are
How much money did
transfer
UB
somewhere.
blow on trying to promote the school as the State University of New
Oh
York?
my God!
at
They went
Buffalo?
through 3 rebranding initiatives in the last 4 years, I think.
Aren't they dropping out of the SUNY system? Did I see that article
I don't
right
know.
last week?
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
The reason their reason for doing this is because they're the only school in the MAC conference that had 20 Division I teams. Everyone else had 16, so that was one of the reasons they wanted to be like that. But they're also still
That's a
building
convenient
an
excuse for 'em, at least.
$18 million field house for the football, mostly for the football teams use.
How much?
Which they pour so much money in. They want UB football to be a big
they-
market, big
They need to
football
get beyond
school.
the MAC then.
But it's
They need to go play
it'll
in
never
the-
be, especially Buffalo's a professional market, professional sports teams market. No one in Buffalo really cares about UB sports.
Yeah, people care about
The Bills
and the Sabres, that's about it.
And the Bulls don't put a good enough product on the field for it to get much of a following, other than if there's local players on the team. So
Great.
The other one I had was the University of Florida's baseball program. If you saw, they were playing Stetson, which is a small school in Florida. They were playing on I think it was a Tuesday night game. Stetson was winning 10-1 in the 5th inning. They had rain. There was a long rain delay. After the rain delay, they decided to just call the rest of the game. It wasn't official yet because they hadn't played long enough. So Stetson was going to have a big win over a big school, and now they have nothing to show for it, and they didn't bother to reschedule the game.
They don't make that up?
No, well they made the decision not to.
Well,
So it looked bad on the University of Florida's part.
yeah. Way to go, UF.
thanks, Obama.
So that's
Or is it FU?
we had way more. We had way
I think
more.
it's FU.
We had a lot of
It
nominees
is,
for
yeah.
Doofus of the Week.
So, let's move on to airtime this week.
Our listeners could pick which one's the most doofusy.
Yeah, I
Who
think
is
they're
the
all
biggest
doofus.
doofus?
So let's move right on to the airtime segment. Let's keep it short today. I have nothing to add today. Anybody else?
I was going to talk about Duck Dynasty. I'll save that for next week instead. Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I think you should bring
Congratulations.
this up. I think. Yeah.
First at bat in the minors, home run, opposite field, off a left-handed pitcher.
Did you hear the backstory on
Just
this?
I heard he went out and got drunk that night.
Sure.
Did you hear the backstory on this pitcher?
Drunk on
Yes,
church
he was
wine.
drunk.
Yeah, he was drafted 22nd round, pick number 666.
Tim Tebow was?
No. The guy he hit the first.
That's right, Tim. You show that man what's up. Show him that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is what's up. Okay? Choo choo, motherfucker.
Now, he finished 1 for 5, but everyone's going to
Yeah,
remember
what do you have, 2
the home
strikeouts
run in his
after
first
that?
at bat. And the other thing was, I saw the NCAA Frozen Four is coming to Buffalo in 2020.
Oh, cool.
Maybe something we can make a road trip to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Get some good food.
College
and watch some
hockey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll tag in after that with my airtime, which I didn't have. Red Wings open up Friday at home, or their home season opens up Good Friday. I'll probably be there if the weather's nice, since I don't have school that day.
Cool.
Love the Red Wings.
Wait, is it a matinee game or is it
It's like I think it's a 3 p. Maybe a 1 p.m.
Oh,
Either
okay.
a 1 or a 3.
So, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Sometimes they do those really early, like 11 o'clock games, which is during the summer, which are pretty cool.
Anybody else? Joe, Mike, Joe.
I think Lamar Ball is a jerk. But we're not going to give him airtime. I think he's an idiot.
That's what he wants.
So dumb.
Stupid.
At least his son says I don't listen to him. So you know, you,
I think he's
you
good at
can't pick
marketing
your,
himself.
can't pick your parents.
No, it's
so.
stupid too. His other kid isn't his other kid going to UCLA
They're all going
in
to
a couple
UCLA,
years,
Yeah. I think they all just want
and
to
he
go
just ripped on all of his
there.
son's
all the
teammates,
white
all the
boys.
white
down
guys.
there.
But we're not going to give him airtime. Because
No, we're
that's what he
not.
wants.
Could you imagine if that was the other way around
I know,
in a different
right?
sport?
Your house would be burned down.
All right.
Mike, anything?
Nope.
All right, we're moving on to what's on deck for next week. Next week's Power Rankings, it is my choice. I've chosen favorite Wegmans items.
Oh,
So Power Rankings, it has to be Wegmans branded.
Okay.
though.
Good one.
I like
So
that.
it could be from their. It could be something simple. Example: the Wegmans sub shop,
Yeah.
or it could be very specific, like Wegmans Honey Nut Cheerio.
It has to be Wegmans brand.
Yes, Wegmans brand.
So I can't pick Red Jacket Joe's.
No.
Okay.
W brand. The 259 extra this upcoming week, Wednesday morning. Tyler, can you? We don't have a name for it. I don't think we have a name for it. Do we have a name for it?
No, because we're not marketing experts here. It's going to be
Clearly.
Okay. It's a
Wait,
little,
I
it's a
could
little
do this.
different. We haven't done anything like this yet on the 259 Show Extra, so this is exciting. It's if towns in the Rochester area were states, which states would they be?
So it'd be like a geographical analogy.
Yes.
Okay, I like it.
So hopefully we can come up with a better name for it, a better title for it.
Can you give us an example? Let's use Gates as an example.
Yeah, the town of Gates is comparable to New Jersey.
New Jersey. And
we'll
then
explain why.
Explain why. All right. I like that. So that's coming up Wednesday morning on the 259 Show
be funny.
Extra. And a T-shirt update. There are
Hey!
T-shirts being made. We didn't talk about it this morning during
You know
breakfast,
what?
we thought we would.
If you're listening or listening to the archive podcast, give us a shout. Either comment on one of the links or message us and let us know if you're interested in a shirt. They'll probably be about
$15.
15
probably.
bucks at most.
Mhm.
So if you're interested, let us know so we know how many to order.
Yeah, the T-shirts will be coming
Be
soon.
black or gray?
Gray.
Are we going with gray?
Black or gray? We haven't
With a-
decided yet.
With a nice road sign on it.
Yeah. Don't be standing down on there until road. People will be confused.
Can we put the website on the back instead of the front?
I
Or
want
is
to
that-
go over design stuff.
I don't know. We
But
got
that's-
to talk
can
about it.
John Strauss put together a great design
Oh, yeah.
for us.
He's listening, and a couple minutes ago he said on Facebook, "Why does it feel like it's only myself and Amanda Diedrich listening?" And I said,
Because
"Probably
it
because
is.
that's the only
It's early.
It's
For
early.
now.
How about we went to the HFR this morning and it was empty? We were there.
It was
at
only
8
8
filled up
o'clock.
as we were leaving.
Yeah, we just missed rush hour.
No, HFR and the Arlington were packed last night. Friday night fish fry during Lent.
There's a lot of chicken scratch there on your paper.
Yeah, I'll explain later.
Oh,
You'll
boy.
hear on Wednesday. Next week, as I have in the rundown, Easter Dode.
Easter
We'll
dude.
be talking about Easter next week.
Easter bread is
Joe-
amazing.
Will Joe be in for next week's episode
If
as
we
well?
can squeeze it in before I leave, I think
I'd
that
like
would
to
be
do
great.
When
that.
are you out of town?
If we could do it Tuesday, that'd be great.
What time? You leave Wednesday?
I leave Wednesday night.
This should be discussed off air.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, people care. People care about us, guys.
I feel like they like knowing our
Our personal lives.
our dirty
I
laundry.
went to the doctor yesterday. You wanna know-
Proctologist or
An update from the Town of Gates Recreation Director
Never
on
talked about Drew's
Facebook. She
colonoscopy
says,
or Tyler's.
New Jersey. Really? So, yes. Thank you,
We'll
Mom.
discuss.
Thank you, Mom, for listening. Either
Upstairs.
via the kitchen door or the sprinkler app.
New Jersey.
All right, everybody.
Through the vents.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a show for Joe Peachy, Tyler Diedrich, Mike Vincelli. I'm Drew Fowler. Thank you for listening to us for the last hour and a half. Boiler up! Go Mets! Good night!